Welcome back to Rock and Rattle Retreat. We're going to run the roads here. So this has been after most of it's been cleared. We're coming from the south gate. Yep, before the video camera. This is for the property owners up here to see how the roads are if they haven't been up in a while. There's not much down or damage in the lower parts of the road. As you can tell, there's hardly nothing down here. There's a limb once in a while. I guess the ice didn't make it down this far, really. There's that really bad leaning tree there. It's always been that way. There's a limb. Okay, first major turn. Off straight is Hunt Club. We haven't gotten to the border of the first property yet. It's coming up. Hard to tell exactly where it is. There's a fence post there somewhere that's got red on it. It's very hard to see. Here's the first driveway, which is part of the first border line. Only part of that driveway is the first property coming up this way. Still not much down here, so, but as you can tell, there is a lot of leaves on the side of the road and in the ditch. We need to get those cleared out before we get really heavy stuff, but I don't think we have a work party until the spring, so hopefully it doesn't get too clogged up by then. Here we come to the driveway up to that first property, and there is a trailer with a UTV sitting on it. Hope that belongs to them. I don't know. Here's the gate with camera. Here we are leaving that. Now you probably can't tell, we are going up in elevation. So the higher we get, the more damage that was done. You can see a few trees there alongside the road that were down. Branches being cracked off here and there. Nothing major really down in here yet. And we come to the second driveway here, and we're going to go down that one. Okay, nothing in his driveway that's really down. He's got a trailer sitting under pavilion. There's nothing on the pavilion, nothing on the trailer, so being this far down on the mountain is good. I think somebody already checked this for him, but if you wanted visual, there it is. let's continue up. Sorry, had to stop there. There's a beer can alongside the road. There's the other thing that ATVs, UTVs that don't belong up here just toss their beer cans, beer bottles off the side of the road. I found beer, mostly Bud Light, beer cans, water bottles. I've actually found a fifth of Jim Beam up here quite a few years ago in the wintertime, and it was mostly full. So as we keep going up, here's the one that overflows sometimes, and we keep going up. And as we go up, we find these little pine trees leaning over into the road. Here's some more coming up. So the people that have properties down here on this side of the road, you know, move one of these trees once in a while. After a while, get them all cleaned up. There's another one on the left, broken off. I've worked on the other side of this road and up on the top. So I've done my fair share of cleaning off a lot of the debris that's in the road. Or I could actually physically say I've cleaned off most of the debris that was in this road. Not on the south end here, but from the split up to the north. There's some more that's in the road. Here's some more leaning in, cut off. Yeah, don't put it in that ditch on the right hand side. It's just going to clog the leaves up and cause it to run into the road and cause more damage. You can see them leaning in more, broken off. Another property owner's already come through here and made sure that you can get from end to end. And there's more damage and more damage as you go. Here's a whole bunch leaning out over. It's like a little overpass. More pine trees out. More debris. At least you can get through. Here's another pine trees out in the road. You have to go around them. And here we come up to one of the log houses. We're just going to pull up here and look down the driveway. Yeah, you guys need to bring a chainsaw up. You ain't getting into your driveway without a chainsaw. More debris on the left. You know, you look up and see snapped off tops of trees. They're all over. There's one on the right. This is kind of a long video, so you might need to skip ahead to find your specific property. I am not listing which properties are which this time, because it's such a long video. I'm not going to go through all of that. And we're coming up on the next log home. And that will be the end of the power poles on this end. Unlike the other log home, you can drive right up here. There is nothing on this house. No branches, no trees leaning over into it. And there's no trees in the driveway. So keep it going. You can still see the damage and stuff moved off the side of the road at least a bit. Need a lot more cut. Here is another thing of trees that have broken off and are over the road, though you can get under them. Not positive a truck is going to get under those though. This Kawasaki Mule is a little shorter than a truck. But I think we need to clip back most of this stuff like 10 feet up the bank. Maybe 15 feet up the bank. Get more storms coming through in the wintertime here. They're just going to lean in some more. Okay, there's some stuff on the left, and we got a little shed on the left there, down there. More stuff up on the right. On the left. Like I say, as we go up, the more damage there is. Some more stuff. It's a lot of stuff leaning into the road. We probably need to cut trees down in whole because the tops are leaning out and you can't actually pull out those tops and break them off. You have to cut the whole tree down in order to get it to not lean into the road. And there's a definite one up here at the split. The top is broken out. It's leaning over into the road. And I'll point it out when we get there, but you can see there's still a lot of damage up here. And stuff needs to be moved further off the road and cut more off the road. Get another ice storm is just going to come right back onto the road more. There's more damage there on the right. And a lot more damage. And more and more and more. A lot of branches that need to be just moved off further off the road. We got one for sale there. Coming up to the split. There's some more stuff. And there up on the right hand side, there's one dangling into the split area right there. You can't grab a hold of that and drag it out of the top of that tree because it's still attached pretty good. On the lower part of the split, there is still a lot of trees leaning in. So, and then we got to the north end of the split. We're up at Rock and Rattler Trees driveway, going down. And look at the brush alongside the road there. Did a lot of trimming of stuff up here. As we go down the mountain, the worst of it was up in here. A lot of stuff thrown off the side down there in that corner. As you can still see some brush here and there off the side of the road. There's a tree on the side of the left that was across the road hanging up there we took down. That's going to be firewood. Now this is mostly after we've done all of the cleanup. There's still a little bit here and there to clean up. At least on the north side. South side, there's a lot of stuff to clean up. A lot of the stuff got pushed downhill because that's the easiest way to push it. There's some more on the left. But as you can tell, a lot of the stuff is not falling into the road. There's some there that is. It needs to be cleaned up yet. But a lot of the stuff that was before is not falling in the road. Here's some more that needs to be cleaned up some more. I guess this is going to be a never-ending process, guys. There's some more on the left. Another tree. That's the one that actually stopped me the first day. More brush down here, pushed out. But you can tell in most of the sections here that I went up on the bank and cut a lot of it out. There's still some stuff here and there, but it's pretty clear sailing through here. Because there was a lot of work done. More stuff on the side, one up on the right, stuff on the left. A lot of tree tops broken off. Sometimes you had to cut down a whole big tree to get rid of it because the top was broken off and you can't get it out of there and it's dangling in the road. Here comes the split. You saw me clean up this area before. Look at all the stuff on the left-hand side that was pushed out. And there's one leaning over. Okay, down on the main road, headed north. There wasn't quite as much stuff in the road, but there was some stuff. And you can tell there's some stuff still leaning in, but not too bad. We're coming up to another section that was pretty badly leaning in on the right side. There was some stuff on the left that was actually leaning in too, but we cleared off these banks on the right and the left. Pushed it all over on the left because that's downhill. It's easier to push out that way. Now granted, we didn't do 100% cleanup, but we are pretty close to that. Look at the stuff on the left. big dip here in the road. And more stuff that needs to be, that was cleaned up. Piles on the left. Cleaned off the bank on the right a lot. Did some of it on the left. Is not as bad on the left. And here's a big section where we cleaned off. And it's just need a few more trees down there. And here comes another area we had to clean out. Just cut back there on the right as much as we could to get it off the road. Here's some of that work done here. Had the green tractor out since he lives right up there on the right. And off we go again. That's where the mule is parked right there. Take that last video. But you can still see broken treetops. Brush once in a while moved over to the left as that's downhill. Probably still need to do some more in here. It's just a lot of work there. Some more brush over to the left. More and more and more. So there's a driveway to the right. The other driveway to the right. So that one meets up with the first one back there. But you can see piles of brush here and there. It just had to be cut out and moved over. Now there's a driveway down to the left down there. Coming up on the front of it here. There it is, the left. And there was another tree that was down that was moved out of the road right there on the right. And then we have down at the bottom of this stretch, there's another house on the left down there. But down at the bottom of this stretch, it was pretty bad and took a lot of work to get it cleared off. As you can tell by the pile of brush coming up on the left. There's some of it, and there's some more right there on the left there. But this all on the right was down into the road, and here's another pile of brush coming from that area too. Down in here wasn't as bad. There was some here and there, but not as much as it was back there. See, broken tops out of the trees. As long as it wasn't into the road, we didn't do anything with it. Now down around this turn, we had some more stuff that was down and needed to be taken down. If we can get the camera pointed in the right direction, it might help. There's some of that stuff down there. And up on the right hand side, which you're not actually seeing, there the green tractor's working on it. And coming up, he's doing stuff that I wouldn't do with a tractor, as I'm not sure he actually knows that it's dangerous. So I'm letting him work there until I see him do some of this stuff here coming up. He's trying to pull trees out by the roots with his grapple. He doesn't have enough ballast in the back, and he lifts his back wheels up. That is dangerous. And I'm watching, it's like, oh my god, he's going to kill himself. I'm going to get my saw. That needs to be sawed off, not pulled out. But you know what he does? He still works on it. And God, that just scares me. He actually gets it pulled out. Pulled out by the roots. There's a lot of dirt in that. And then he goes back for more. And at this point, I don't want to watch him anymore. Now granted, this is a bigger tractor than mine, so he can put more stuff in there, haul more stuff, but it doesn't have, to me, enough ballast in the back. He has that lightweight blade back there. He does have filled tires in the back. But I think for up there on the mountain, you need more ballast in the back to offset how much you're picking up. It's that front axle, when you pick up and you put everything on that front axle, it could break If it does that, you'll be tumbling down the hill over and over. He does have the ROPS up, so that's a good thing. I don't know if he's wearing a seatbelt. I am not his keeper. And off I go. So we're back riding the road down here. So there's a few things overhanging the road. If I get this camera pointing in the right direction, it might help. There's not much to do down here, but I just wanted to go down and see if there was anything. I think there was one thing up along the road back there, a ways back up. It wasn't in the road, but it was a broken branch on top of some stuff that was kind of leaning kind of in, but not totally. There we go. That's better with the camera. There's the shale pit. I had already come down here a while back when we were starting to work on that shale pit and cut a lot of the trees down on the left-hand side and some on the right-hand side. Okay, there wasn't really anything down here to clean up. This is the north gate where the camera is. And we'll get it opened and go through. Get it all locked back up. And off we go. Down at this elevation, there's not much going on. And it's not that far to the next gate. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, and we'll catch you later for another one of these episodes.